वैराग्यविद्या निजभक्तियोगा शिक्षार्थमेकपुरुषपुराणा श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यशरीरधारी कृपाम्बुदीर्यतमहं प्रपद्ये मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारणम् वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे Hare Krishna, warm welcome everyone. Today we'll try to study Gita Mahatmya, some shlokas. Mahatmya means what? Mahima, na? So, one's glory. What is the glory of someone? In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, na, Mahatmanastu mam partha, devim prakriti mashrita. So, uh, glorious are those devotees or Mahatmya, na? What is the Mahan thing about them? What is the glorious thing about them? So, what is the glory and glorious of Bhagavad Gita? And again, at least me, conditioned soul, cannot glorify or describe the glory of Bhagavad Gita. But transcendental personalities like Srila Vyasadeva, who is a literary incarnation of Krishna, then in Acharyas coming in Guru Parampara Prabhupada, his disciple, his Guru Maharaj, and the current Guru works, na? Current spiritual masters, they know Bhagavad Gita in and out. They see Krishna in and out and all. And living in this body, they have transported themselves to the eternal realm, eternal pastimes of Radha Krishna. So, but us personally, I have no capacity to do any glorification, but yet we should take this opportunity to glorify. We should not shy away from glorifying. Gita is limitless, the message is limitless, and all, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't make an attempt to glorify with whatever. So, see, all our endeavor and our practice of Krishna consciousness is like this only. Like what? Like the faltering voice of a child. A growing up child, he or she cannot frame sentences properly, right? Cannot construct sentences. They speak in broken language, broken words, broken sentences, and everything. But look, the mother or the father, for the mother, or even for a stranger who hears a child, doesn't know the child, but sees the child, and the child is speaking in broken languages. Hmm? The child speaks broken languages, but the stranger is very attracted and captivated, right? Stranger likes. It gives a joy. And what to speak of mother and father, mom and dad? They get so much of joy. Yes, my son or my daughter, they've started speaking broken, and they want. Oh, why do you go making good sentences now? Go back speaking broken language. You see, huh? Sometimes. Huh? So, likewise, our this attempt of glorifying Bhagavad Gita, we can glorify only in broken language. But if as long as in that glorification there is sincerity, there is humility, there is genuineness, there should be no tinge, no iota of pride. Mm, No iota of pride, no tinge of pride. There should be no iota of self-obsession, no this not underlying, no hidden agenda. Hmm. Externally something. So this is a question. This is a question for all of us. Please let us know. Percentage wise, what do you think? We all believe in something and we act by something. So do we act by what we believe? Do we act as we believe? Hmm. We believe in something, right? We believe in honesty. Do we act with honesty? We believe in truthfulness. Do we act in truthfulness? We believe in simplicity. So, do you think there is a gap between our what I believe, what is my philosophy of life, what I preach? Every one of us has a philosophy in life, some preaching, and what I live by. For a sadhu, a sadhaka, a sadhu if he is having um, if he is having gaps in his consciousness, gaps in what he believes, what he professes, what he preaches, and what he lives by, what he acts, then it is not good. It's not good. Hmm. Not a sadhu, not a role model. Sadhu means what? Saint. Saint means what? Pure. The basic foundation of a saint is purity. Purity in speech, purity in words, purity in speech, purity in action, purity in thoughts, purity in desires. Hmm. Prabhupada writes in the purport of Bhagavad Gita 3:7 or 3:8. In the purport, he writes this beautiful sentence saying what? A, sh- a sincere sweeper, a sincere sweeper on the street is much better than a charlatan meditator. Charlatan, you know what does charlatan mean? Charlatan means pakhandi, dhongi, one who show bottle, uh, one who is showing, not real, fake meditator. So, a sincere sweeper on the street is much better than a charlatan meditator. Now, look, us practicing Krishna consciousness and this sadhu becoming a saint is this is again a question. Whose responsibility is to become a saint? Or who should become a saint? Who has to become a saint? What do you say? Human being
Myself.
in ego, na? Full ego, na? Myself. So, yeah. The first and foremost, I must become a saint. Mm. First and foremost, it is my responsibility. World at large, human being, they become, they do not become. And by saying I become a saint, not in the sense I get ordained or certified or confirmed, or something written on my head or my dress changes by, in a way, some organization. No. Meaning, I need to become a saintly in the heart, saintly person at heart, right? In my life, there should be no duplicity, no cheating, that sort of thing, transparency. Krishna wouldn't pick us based on institution, organization, or say organized religion for that matter, are you Hindu or Muslim or Christian or whatnot and all. And from no, Krishna, us humans, we classify as a Hindu, Muslim, and this and that. Krishna doesn't classify like that. He says, na, Aham Bija Pradapita. I am the universal seed giving father. Na? And father of whom? Not just humans, of grass, everyone. Everyone. Father meaning the source of everyone, na? Of animals. So, animals, they should be. If I am the child of Krishna, if animal is also the child of Krishna, should I be killing the animal for my tongue satisfaction or should I be looking after the animal? Hmm? If everyone is God's creation, then should I not facilitate looking after animals? And if animals they are more in a helpless state, perhaps I should be looking much better for them. Hmm? How can I allow animals to go in the slaughter and butcher them and have that food, their blood, their flesh, bones in my plate? No, no. I should be compassionate, na? So this becoming saint is not human beings, it is an individuals, it is everyone's responsibility. To begin it with, it is mine. And saintly thing is becoming pure. huh? Becoming pure. Of course, the society needs saints ordained in their saint robes. That is very much required. In their robes and all, it is very much required. Uh, but it doesn't just end there. It doesn't just end there. Uh, so again, so Gita Mahatmaya, na, the glorification, even though faultily or whichever way, we cannot glorify fully, but we should not shy away. Tell you something, what is very difficult in our human form of life is to glorify someone. Leave a spiritual setting for now. In general, to glorify is very difficult. For a husband to glorify wife, partners to glorify, children to glorify their parents, parents to glorify their children, friends, and in general, how much do we appreciate government? It's not like that all government is fault and this. So it's very and you know who can glorify? Okay, this is a question. What is the criteria or what person can glorify? What is the nature or quality of a person who can glorify? Nikhil says one who does not have h- self ego, say who is humble, who is not egoistic. Hmm, who is humble, yes, good. One who is not egoistic, materialist speaking and all, and one who is humble, yes. Any other thoughts? Who respects everyone, Nikhil says. Phil says, yeah, so this quality to be able to glorify someone, Phil says that this quality should be coming from Krishna himself. He gives us, well, any quality comes from Krishna, even lust, even anger, even greed. There's nothing that does not come from Krishna. Even lust, greed, anger, as in the source or Krishna provides, but that does not mean that, okay, he's encouraging, he's wanting us to. Nothing that exists independent of Krishna. So, this quality to glorify also comes from Krishna, of course. But what is so? Yeah, all those correct things. One who is less egoistic, humble, one who is kind. A kind hearted person can glorify. One who is kind at heart, na, he can, he can see that kindness, he can see that potential. Who can glorify? One who can see any slight potential in others, any slight potential. And kind-hearted, a light-hearted, kind-hearted person who sees others as living entities, as part and parcels of Krishna, as belonging to Krishna. And tell you something, check it out. Let me know how much in society, leave aside against spirituality, how much do we glorify? Friends, family members, how much do we glorify? How much are we able to tolerate also, na? And a light-hearted person who can glorify, a kind-hearted. And you know, when we glorify in societal sense, sometimes we glorify out of compulsion, out of force, or out of societal settings in order to look good. If I don't glorify, I don't look good. Or because I need something from the other person, so I have to glorify him. Otherwise, my job will not be done. These are some generally some criterias. And when we glorify with such criterias, and we whom are we glorifying? A mundane person, we don't feel so happy during or after it doesn't. But you know, when we glorify Krishna, when we glorify Bhagavad Gita, we feel so much peace. We feel so light. We feel so enthused. When we glorify Vaishnavas, it gives such a joy. When we glorify Vaishnavas, meaning Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruv Maharaj, sure, of course. When we glorify the present Vaishnavas, uh, the presently present Vaishnavas. So we should never shy away from glorifying devotees. From spiritual masters, what to say? They should be glorified in and out. Uh, they should be, for a sadhaka, he should glorify his spiritual master like anything, more than he can glorify God actually. There is no exaggeration. He can exaggerate as much as he like, but it won't be any exaggeration as such. So we should be glorifying not just personalities in the past or not just personalities who are in the revealed scriptures. Rather, we need to glorify persons who are presently present. Otherwise, how do we? It is very easy to glorify a person in the past, na? Why? Because he's not in front of us, so he cannot ask me anything. He cannot tell me to do something, and all. Oh, fine, I can glorify. But we should, of course, definitely glorify persons in the past, and need not necessarily be Krishna conscious devotee tag person only. I will glorify people in general, stranger or whosoever practicing, not practicing. And thing is, glorify heart has to be soft and kind. How does heart become soft and kind? When we study Bhagavad Gita, when we chant, when we practice devotional service, then. And this glorification, hmm, when we glorify Krishna and his devotees, we find a higher joy, much higher joy. See, glorifying friends, family members, relatives, we won't find that higher joy because they do not associate themselves with Krishna. But glorifying devotees, the devotees have Krishna as the center of their life. So when we glorify devotees, we will find much higher joy, much higher peace. Now, there are stages or levels of purification. Purification, what? Okay, purification from the pangs of the forces or the impulse or the force of lust, the force of greed, the force of anger, pride, envy, illusion. These are the when we are able to subdue or when we are able to overcome slightly lust, greed, anger, envy, we feel yes, very really very purified, that are fresh, anew, and all. That is purification. But further purification is what? When we glorify. That's a higher purification, much higher. And there's no direct comparison between purification, getting free from lust, anger. Why do we practice Krishna consciousness? Of course, to get purified from lust, greed, anger, envy. But more so, we practice Krishna consciousness so that we can glorify Krishna and his devotees. That is the primary. That is the real purification. When we are able to glorify Bhagavad Gita scriptures, when we are able to glorify the holy name, when we are able to glorify devotees, when we are able to glorify Krishna, or when we glorify, that is the highest purification. That is the purification we aim for. And within this, getting purified from lust, anger, greed, envy is included. Is included. So, just as a young child, na, even faltering voice. Now the child, look, he's less egoistic, na? He's respectful, he's less egoistic, he's humble. He doesn't know that I'm speaking in faltering voice. Does he? No. He doesn't know what is broken sentence. In his, he's like, I'm speaking correct, I'm speaking fine, don't you understand? I'm able to express and all. Uh, And nothing like puffed up way. So that attracts us. That attracts even though a stranger, but attracts. Likewise, when we try to glorify Krishna falteringly, but with a genuine mood, humility, it will definitely attract Krishna. Definitely. We should have this much faith. Na? Is Krishna watching us? Yes. Is he present? Yes. Is Krishna listening? Yes. Before we go into reading, Krishna is watching, present, listening. After reading, also, Krishna is watching, present, listening. Krishna is always with us throughout. Now, I need to have this realization. I need to have this experience. I need to have this faith. Then I can never feel lonely. No one is lonely. No one. Phil has got something to say. Yeah. Yes. If God is with us, yes. Now, anywhere you go, church, mosque, temples, and places of worship, generally everyone says, no, God is with me. I have my God. Now, personally, I have my God. It doesn't gel with much with me. My God, well, your God and my God are not different. God is God. It's not like this Mexico God and this is European God and American God. No, God is God. Mm. But anyways, so this thing, this God is there with me, God is with me. Very good. At least if we theoretically acknowledge, now this is to experience. Now this is to live by this faith. So with this mood, with this prayer, with this effort, again making this effort, say, we try to understand the glorification of Bhagavad Gita. We go through some of the slokas. Believe there are 10 slokas. Prabhupada has given us them in the introduction, right at the end of the introduction of Bhagavad Gita. These shlokas are mentioned, so we'll go through them, read a bit, and try to uh, appreciate as much as our consciousness allows. We pray for more and more mercy and blessings of Guru and Gaurang uh, for our purification, so that we can glorify the divine couple, we can glorify Guru Gaurang throughout. Um, So let us see introduction and Gita Mahatmaya 1. In conclusion, it says, okay, it should be coming in screen also. In conclusion, Bhagavad Gita is a transcendental literature. It's right at the end of the introduction. In conclusion, yeah, it should be coming on screen now. In conclusion, Bhagavad Gita is a transcendental literature which one should read very carefully. Gita Shastram idam punyam ya pathet prayata puman. If one properly follows the instructions of Bhagavad Gita, one can be freed from all the miseries and anxieties of life. Bhaya Shokadi Varjita. Hmm. Bhaya Shokadi Varjita. One will be freed from all fears in this life, and one's next life will be spiritual. So that's one. Now, Gita Shastram Idam Punyam. Very purifying. This Gita Shastra, very purifying. Ya Pathet, one who reads this. Prayate Puman, one who reads this, one who follows the instructions, one who makes the effort in reading. So we'll try to discuss a bit this first one, and then move on to next and second and further on. Uh, so now, Ye Pathet Prayata Puman, one who reads. Puman is human being, one who reads, one who makes the effort of reading, can be freed from all the miseries, and Ye Pathet Prayate Puman Bhaya Shokadi Varjita. Yeah, it will be freed from the miseries and anxieties of life. Of course, this is a huge effect, benefit, but more of a side benefit, more of a secondary benefit. Again, we do not study essentially Bhagavad Gita so that we become free from miseries and anxieties of life. We don't use God in that sense. Oh God, I'm using reading your literature and free me from misery and anxiety. So that what? Once free from misery and anxiety, I can do then whatever I like. Uh, I can hit the pub. Mm, I can do whatever. I share this question or see this thing if it's a reality. You know, football is very popular in Europe, tremendously popular in Europe. In America, I believe basketball is quite huge, popular. Football also, but they have a different style of football than in Europe. In India, cricket is popular. Baseball is huge in America. So, anyways, every country has some sort of sport or thing. So, it's just say football. Now, football, a big match happening, say World Cup, England versus say Spain for that matter. Final. Now, you see, before the match has started, atheist will become theist. Before the match starts, atheists become theist. No? They're like, oh God, we win. Although they're not directly as such praying to God, they're not like Bhagavad Gita or Bible for that matter or something. But in their heart, look at the mood, na? Look at the mood. Oh, hope train runs on time, everything is on time, and we take breakfast and all, and then we go to the train station and catch the train to go to the football stadium. and everything smooth, money wise, everything. And yes, let today be a good weather, and we pray we win. People use this word, right? We pray we win and all, huh? And I don't care whatever the score be, 1-0 or whatever, but I just pray. I don't care whosoever scores, but we win. So atheists become theists. And see, furthermore, now people have gone into done the security, gone into the stadium and sat around in the stadium, huh? And what match has begun, huh? And many people, right? What even before, say, those who are watching at home, uh, I'm just expanding a bit. I like a bit of expansion, say. So those who are watching at home, they also want to be on time. Some people don't go to stadium. Why? Because in stadium you cannot see clearly and all, and in stadium so much noise. At home, big screen, we watch it more nicely and with friends anyway. So those who are watching at home, they are also praying everything goes fine and all. So now the match. Even before the match begins, there's some commentary, there's some build up to the game, watching from home or even stadium. And now the match has begun, and instantly, oh, goal, goal, goal! I'm praying for a goal. I'm praying for a goal. Happens, not happen, defend and all, everything going. And now imagine, now see this. What game has come to 90 minutes? What's the score? Say 2-all. 90 minute 2-all. What will happen? Extra time, right? Extra time, maybe 15 minutes. Another 15 minutes extra time. What's the score? 3-all. 3-all. What will happen? Another 15 minutes, I suppose. Another extra time. What's the score now? 4-all. 4-all now. Okay. Now what happens? There's penalty kick shootout, penalty shootout. So five chances each team are given. Now see this. Five chances each team is given. In cricket, they call super over or super bowling, na super over. Suppose scores are level in cricket, then what? Super over. So 1 over each team will play whosoever scores maximum, and doesn't matter what wickets fell. Huh? So now, say, keeping to football, penalty shootout. Now five. Now prayer. Will it not begin? Huh? Imagine a football fan. Could be atheist. Atheist, could be blaspheming God and all, everything, could be atheist and give us so many reasons argument. By that time, oh, pray the first one he scores, whosoever team he is supporting. Now imagine penalty shootout. In penalty shootout, five chances are given, right? And again, let's take this further. Say 4-all. 4-all. Huh? Now just one chance left each team. The prayers, will it not intensify? Heavily, heavily. And an atheist will what? He will nudge the theist. Come on, bring your prayers, pray your God. Come on, let's show your magic. Now, now see, now the final goal. And say someone supporting England and England scores the goal. A bit rare though, but say England makes the goal and it goals happen. Now, now see the contrast or see this change. Before the goal, everyone in the stadium, those who are English supporters, would be praying for the goal to happen, right? Theist and atheist. Now this is the question. Goal has went through. Goal went through. Once the goal went through, how many of them still pray to God? How many of them still thank God? How many of them cry to God? Of those 99% praying, hardly 1% would still be remembering God after the goal has went through. Hardly 1%. What will they remember? Cheers. Yes, we did it. Yes, we knew Harry Kane, he should have gone at the end. Yes, Harry Kane can kick, he can make it happen. I knew he should have gone on the right, not left. So many such things. Yes, this coach is. We forget God. No? We forget God. So this study of Bhagavad Gita and all, it should not just be constrained to just this thing. hmm, That it frees us from anxiety, lamentation, and all these things. Actually, imagine what will happen if we are free from anxiety, lamentation, and grief. We won't be here discussing Bhagavad Gita today. We won't be here. And more so, if we get free from anxiety, lamentation, and grief, we won't be telling anyone else to go and study Bhagavad Gita. Rather, we will be saying, "Oh, don't go there. They will wash your brain. They will brainwash you. Why do you want to go there?" So many we could be saying, right? I doubt if we are free from miseries and anxiety, lamentation, why do we need to practice Krishna consciousness? Huh? Then, huh? So it's a blessing. It's a real blessing if we are haunted by some anxiety, stress, and so that we can keep ourselves on check and continue practicing Krishna consciousness. But our objective, see, in Krishna consciousness, we want to advance. So we have to be very, very clear. What is the vision? What is the aim? Why I am practicing Krishna consciousness? What Krishna consciousness gives? What do I want out of it? Say, although we can never come to a okay, this is the ultimate. This ultimate is always expanding. But let me start off with some good refined vision, good evolved vision, which will, as we then further practice with good attitude, the vision will also be evolving. So at least in my vision, in my purpose for practicing Krishna consciousness, it should not be for this just this motive that I free myself from anxiety, lamentation, grief, guilt, and fear and things. So that this life is happy and next life also happy. Even this thought in pure Krishna consciousness, this is again a question. Is this a healthy thought in pure Krishna consciousness that I be happy? Practicing Krishna consciousness, I become happy. Should this be our motive? Yeah, it is a byproduct, or it is not even a byproduct, or maybe I don't know English technically byproduct, but it is an inbuilt feature of it. Inbuilt feature. Uh, Us practicing Krishna consciousness, our vision should be what? Radha Krishna Prityarth. Means everything, whatever we do, should be considering their joy, their happiness. The joy and happiness of Guru Gaurang, the joy and happiness of the Lordship of the Divine Couple. And in their joy only should be our joy. Our joy should be inherent. And Krishna has spoken this in Bhagavad Gita. Na? Huh? Krishna says now what? 15:7. What does it say? Mm, Mamai Vamso Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. Manasasтрani Indriyani Prakriti Stani Karsati. That, hey Jeev, hey living entity, you belong to me. You are my part and parcel. But, huh? Mamai Vamsa Jiva Loke, Jiva Bhuta Sanat, since eternity, you are my part and parcel. You belong to me. You have a direct relationship with me. But Manasastrani Indriyani Prakriti Stani Karsati. But because you are thinking yourself to be product of matter and wanting to enjoy matter independently of me and all, that is why you are struggling. Hmm? But if you turn towards me, you build a relationship with me, then inherently you will enjoy. A small example, someone working for a company. Is it not a fact someone working for an organization, an office, a company, employment company, what is his duty? To make sure that the company is happy. Is it not? That the company makes profit, the company sells products, sales increase, the company gets what it is wanting, and furthermore. And he knows if I help the company grow, my growth is inbuilt. But if I just help myself grow without considering the growth of the company, I might grow, but short term. And what will happen? The company will kick me out, the company might get closed, or I will be creating not a good name for myself. Because if I'm just thinking that I grow, or uh, not looking into, so it's a common thing. It's not like, okay, we want the company to grow, and if the company grows, then naturally a servant who is living in the king's palace, his all focus is what? King be happy. As long as the king is happy, I am happy. Likewise, us living in material world or whichever, for a sadhaka, we have to come out of this consciousness of material world and spiritual world also. Huh? Krishna does not live like that. This is material world, this is spiritual world. Likewise, we also have to come out of this duality. So even this is Krishna's world, right? So we should be living with this intent only. Krishna be happy. If Krishna is happy, then we are naturally happy. What is the point? Krishna not happy and we trying to become happy, or we trying to do things. Practice religion and God is not happy. No, that's not the thing. Our all focus should be how can Krishna be pleased. So this should be the thing. And our joy is inbuilt in it. But what to do? We are conditioned soul, na? We need first what? You practice Krishna consciousness, you will be happy. Practice Krishna consciousness, stress will go. Imagine, na? Is it not a reality? If we tell someone, practice Krishna consciousness, stress will go. Will stress go? Mm, should go. Hopefully. No, might go. For some, it has gone. Will the other person practice? Huh? What do you think? The other person, no. I might as well carry on with my climbing. That is good meditation for me. Huh? You ask someone, oh, rock climbing gives me good meditation. I might as well carry with them. Diving gives me good meditation. Going to sea, taking a dip in the sea gives me good meditation. If we cannot assure and guarantee that I can feel peace, I can be free from anxiety, lamentation, grief, fear, practicing Krishna. So that is first Gita Mahatmya, na? That yes, come on, come on, practice Krishna consciousness. You will be free from uh, anxiety, lamentation, and all. Hmm? And not just this life, next life. Come on now. Huh? So, and of course, we also want a good peace of mind to be able to practice Krishna consciousness nicely. We don't want unnecessary headache. Huh? And us practicing Krishna consciousness, whatever we are being burnt or going through and all, take it. If we are practicing with proper faith, if we are proper practicing with proper faith, it is just the residual effect. Just a short bit. Krishna says, "Na sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshashami." Like, I will free you from all sinful reactions, not just this life, all lives altogether. In fact, Shastras say, when we chant one name of Krishna, all our sinful reactions are burned out to the roots. It's no exaggeration. What is left is just this residual. There's just this. Can I just do this? Now take an example. Take an example. Generally, we see some person who is doing money laundering, or some person who is thief or rogue, or mafia or con, thug. Now a case has been brought against him. Some complaint has been filed, and police manages to catch him up. And now police has caught him up, and in the investigation process, police gets to know that, well, he was involved in that case he has or he has spread out all over, but the police cannot charge him for those cases. Why? Because no one has come forward to complain, no one has lodged a complaint, nothing going on, although police knows in theory and in their heart, but by the rules police cannot charge him for that. Police can charge him only for the case which is brought forward. Even the court, I believe, can punish him only for the complaint which is brought forward, not for previous ones. Hmm? Likewise, in similar sense, similar fashion, when we practice Krishna consciousness, now for us, what we have to go through is just this life, the conditioning and all. If I can keep myself sane just for this life, all my previous lives' wrongdoings have been washed away. All the previous lives' sins have been washed away. Now the struggle is from now on till the point I leave my body. Can I keep myself in one piece? Can I keep myself intact? Just from now on till I leave my body. Now, how much life have we got? Another what, 70, 80 years? At the max, what? 90 years left, you know. Pip, he's what, like 15? Another what, 1980 years left for him, say, or 100. Now, I mean to say, whatever life is left for us, if we can just maintain that sanity, and this is a huge thing for us, huge thing for us to maintain that much sanity. So, this is what is like all the anxieties and all everything taken away, gone. Because with good faith, practicing Krishna consciousness, we are in the process of transferring our account from Lord Brahma to Krishna. We might have as well transferred, say, someone might have as well transferred, but still, can he keep his focus in check? Can he keep his focus in check from now on till the point of? This is why every moment we are dying, and that has to be at the forefront. Can I keep my focus on check? And Krishna has spoken on these lines in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 8, chapter 14, the 13, chapter 18, elsewhere, 4. Can I keep my focus on check? So that's Gita Mahatmya Shloka 1. Na? Gita Shastram Idam Punyam. Ya Pathet, one who reads, this is ultimately purifying. One who reads a human being, makes efforts, he gets freedom from fear, lamentation, everything. Huh? Not just this life, next life. And again, take this also. Say a family. Now, husband, say, is struggling with job. Hmm? So he's having lots of fear, anxieties, some lamentation, some grief, and worries and all. But if husband's job pressure is freed, then will the wife also be free, right? Children will also be freed. The near family members, the wider family members will also be happy. The society, neighbors, everyone, right? But if the husband is still under pressure, wife will bear the brunt, children will bear the brunt, parents will bear the brunt, near family members, wider family members, community, everyone's, there will be a spill order, second order, third, fourth, whatever order effect and all, right? So if we practice Krishna consciousness, if I practice, not just me will be freed. Those who are near and dear to us, those who are related to us, even though they are not practicing directly. So should we not become compassionate? This is compassion. So uh, thing is, our motive should be never self-centered. I should never practice Krishna consciousness so that I free myself, I become liberated. No, that's a cheap mentality. We are already liberated. Faith, if we have got the faith, we are already liberated. Now is a thing, how can I work for Krishna? This is Arjuna saying, na, Karisya vachanam tava. That Krishna, I will fulfill your desire. Leave my desire. What is my desire? My desire is to fulfill Krishna's desire. That is the thing. This should be our desire, not to fulfill Krishna's. This is real humility. This is humility. Hmm. This is ultimate purity. When we think, act, work, speak throughout like that, now Krishna is a far distant personality for us. We do not have any connection with Krishna, even though Krishna is non different from his holy name. Hmm. Still, we do not experience that, at least personally, or if I may say. Krishna, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is not different from Bhagavad Gita. But where do we see? Deities, non different from Krishna. But do I have that vision? Do I have that realization? Prasadam, non different from Krishna. How much have I taken? Loads. How much do I eat? Loads. Daily basis. But do I experience that? Do I tuck in with that mood? Do I honor Prasadam with that mood, with that faith? So these are all, yet they are not different from Krishna. Yet Vrindavan Dham, we had been to Vrindavan Dham, but yet not different from Krishna, yet has not yet transpired my consciousness. Hmm? But uh, a devotee of Krishna, he is personally present. And with him I can strike that relationship. that loving relationship, what I want to strike with Krishna. It is directly proportional. Krishna consciousness is directly proportional to the relationship a sadhaka has with his Guru Maharaj. Directly proportional to that. The way a sadhaka lives with his Guru Maharaj, the way he sees his Guru Maharaj, in what light, now fulfilling Guru Maharaj's desires and all of this, to that light Krishna is available. For a sadhaka, his Guru Maharaj is direct, personal, customized manifestation of Krishna. Huh? So Arjuna realized this. Krishna is playing multiple roles now. For Arjuna, he's like Guru, also is God as well. So Arjuna realized my desire should be only to fulfill Krishna's desire. Likewise, a sadhaka's desire should be nothing else other than working or understanding my Guru Maharaj's desire and fulfill that. That. So this should be our mood, our motto, our attitude. Not just to free. And also saying this, we should not take it in light. It is not to again dampen, or it is not to, how to say, नीचा दिखाने के लिए नहीं, how to say it in, not to put down the effect, this benefit of practicing Krishna consciousness and coming free from anxiety, lamentation, grief and all. This is not to put it to down or to any low light. No, we respect, we appreciate, we really value, and we pray for this also. Mm, but there's more to it. There's more to it. So first Mahatmya, na, one who reads it with effort will become very purified, will be free from lamentation, freer. Now, us, if we are not getting still free from material lamentation, fear, attachments, and all, then there is only one thing to understand out of it. What? That I'm not practicing properly. There's only this one thing to make out of it. That I have not developed that faith. I'm not practicing properly. I still have, externally I'm trying to do, internally not. No. I need to watch my association. Only this can be derived, understood, inferred, or this is what it means. Not that the process has any fault. No. Process is transcendental. Krishna is transcendental, literature is transcendental, everything. It's just that somewhere still I need to take association nicely and I need to get myself properly aligned. Any thoughts, questions, or comments? Hmm.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you. And so you were saying that we don't practice Krishna consciousness for self-motivated reasons, of course. And then we can take this understanding, like think of those that we could help, say, those that are around us that would automatically be uplifted as a result of this. Now, what came to mind is like this savior mentality that we could get into, of being like, I don't know if you know this concept, the savior mentality of now I'm the hero, you know? I just wonder if you could like comment on this.
Now I'm a hero, huh? Only a zero can say like this. Only a zero can think like this. Now I am a hero. Uh, in Krishna consciousness, what do we want to become, hero or zero? If we can wholeheartedly prove to Krishna that Krishna, I'm a hero, not I'm a zero, not hero. I'm a lallu lal. If we can prove this to Krishna, then we become hero. Krishna wants us to be instrument, not doers. He doesn't. Krishna is the doer. We can be the instrument. Can we be the instrument? We are not the doers. Krishna is the doer. So, if we practice without self-motivated desires, then how can this heroism kick in us? If this heroism has kicked in, that means that okay, I'm egoistically practicing it. Contradicts, na? But if I'm genuinely practicing with not heroism, with zeroism, or if I'm genuinely practicing without self motive, only desire what? To fulfill the desire of Guru and Gaurang, to understand, uh, to be go beyond the call of duty. So if I'm doing that, which means what? I'm already a fool number one, and I will continue to be a fool number one. Meaning I'm already a zero. I will continue. I mean, God above me, na? Guru Gaurang above me. Whatever I am product of your mercy. And whatever foolishness I do, that is my own thing. That is my own thing. Huh? And yes, easier said than done. In words, it sounds good, easy, na? But it doesn't just come in words also. If you check can any random person on the street or any random person, can these transpires his consciousness? Whatever has transpired my consciousness or our consciousness or a sadhaka's consciousness, that is what is going to come into words. And right now, Krishna consciousness has not transpired in our consciousness. This is why we are in separation from Krishna. Huh? So easier said than done, yet still it is good. Theory is great, na? So we should speak on these lines. We are not living by it. That is another thing. We should be living by it also. But that doesn't mean that it's no good. Next is to live by it. So in the process of living by it, yes, such desires will come up, can come up, that I'm becoming a hero or I've become a hero, I'm a savior. Hmm, I'm a savior now. And this is when Krishna will send that residual effect of what? Anxiety, lamentation, grief. Mr. Savior, now save yourself from anxiety. Huh? This is why all past lives reactions have been washed away, have been settled. But this life, no, no, because Krishna knows na, we still have a tendency. We can backfire. The moment I think I've become a hero, Krishna will say, what? Oh, Mr. Hero, then why do you need me? Mr. Hero, why do you need me then? Eh, you are the Jason Statham if you think, or Spielberg, then why do you need me? You can do all the stunts yourself, right? You don't need a stuntman for doing the stunts. So, fine, then direct your own story, write your own story. And this is when we can go downhill. And then, so this loop goes on, then loop goes on. It's not that we have not practiced Krishna consciousness in previous lives. In our very previous life, we could have been a devotee. Na? What's the big deal? What's the big deal? We could have been in one of the heavenly planets. What's the big deal? We could have been a very good devotee in previous life. So much so we could have been a sannyasi, a celibate monk. We could have been a celibate renounced monk. Wow. You see, celibate, renounced, saint, but still currently we are here. Na? Which means what? If at all we were a celibate renounced saint, we were on externally only. Or internally also to some extent, but not to a good extent or full extent. So then how can I afford to think myself a hero? Uh, And if my vision is to fulfill the desire of Guru and Gaurang, then I must always naturally consider myself to be zero, not force my mind and all. If need to force, we should force also, but there should come a day when I'm naturally zero. That whatever I am, I'm a product of mercy. This is why, na, who should be the first listener of the dialogue of Bhagavad Gita? Who should be the first listener when we read or speak? Who should be the first listener? The person who is sitting very next, should he be the first listener? The person who is online, should he be the first listener? Or the person who is in person sitting very next, should the speaker should be the first listener, as Phil says myself, yes. We should be the first listener. I should be the first listener of what I say. Yeah. The message is for whom? It is for me. It is for me. So individual ownership has to be taken. Until and unless we don't take that individual ownership, we cannot help fulfill the mission of Krishna. We cannot play a role. Does this somewhat does this put your heroism a bit in place?
Maybe a little bit. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, we'll make sure we'll try our best to put the remainder of the heroism also in place. This is the message of Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says, na 1866 Sarva Dharman Parityajya, that the message of Bhagavad Gita means Arjuna, be in your place. Understand your place. Otherwise, I can easily put to you to place. Krishna has easily put us in our place, has he not? The snap of a finger, even not that. Through material energy, all of us, we are paupers, we are puppets, and we have no. We may shout atheist or theist, we may shout whatever we shout, but we are all put in our place. Easy. This is why Krishna says, Mahatmanastu Mam Partha Devim Prakritim Ashrita 9:13, chapter 9, text 13. Krishna says, Mahatmanastu Mam Partha Devim Prakritim Ashrita. A beautiful word, Ashrita, Ashrita. Uh, Bhajante Ananya Manaso Gyatva Bhutadim Avyayam. This is what, na? 9:13. Mahatmanastu Mam Partha. A great soul. Who is a great soul? Devim Prakritim Ashrita, who has taken shelter of my divine internal potency. He is a great soul. Huh? So we are sheltered. And if I'm sheltered, how can I think myself to be hero? So this is Krishna saying, if you don't take shelter of my internal energy, of my loving, caring potency, I will put you to place through my external energy. Easy, easy. Huh? So the message of Bhagavad Gita is this: be in your place, understand your position and be in your position. अपनी औकात समझो और अपनी औकात में रहो. So yeah, we'll try to put the remainder of the heroism also in place, hopefully soon. So let us see second. Yeah, Nikhil has a question.
Prabhu, like you said, like Aukat Miraho. So one doubt arises, like from the yesterday class, you told uh like you're also a part and parcel of Krishna. So uh like you are also lovable and he is also lovable.
So वही तो औकात है ना हमारी, but I let you complete. Okay.
So अगर हम अपने आप से प्यार करते हैं, कृष्णा हमसे प्यार करते हैं, हम कृष्णा से प्यार करते हैं, तो फिर उसमें औकात की क्या बात हो जाएगी?
Okay. Okay, so now it's Nikhil's turn. We try to put him in place now. So let me know if this is the question, right, Nikhil? So Nikhil is saying that we are part and parcel of Krishna. We love Krishna. Krishna loves us, and that is our self-love. Mm, Now, this okad is a strong word in Hindi. It's a very strong word in Hindi. If you go in India and if you tell someone what is your okad, a very strong word. If you tell someone in India that be in your okad, be in your okad loosely in English can come out as limit. Be in your limit. Be in your capacity. What is your limit? Do you know who you are? Now I don't know, in English limit also doesn't sound very off-putting or on the face or something. Huh? Like imagine in a way, two boys in pubs they get on a row and both like shouldering each other. Be in your limits, mate. sort of thing. Auqat is a very strong word, right? So अपनी औकात में रहो, be in your limit or be in your औकात meaning position, understand your position. And it's not to, Krishna is not mocking or Krishna is not saying that look, I am bigger or you are smaller. No, it's not at all like that. When we do not become a devotee of Krishna or especially Krishna, not with Vishnu, Lord Narayan, okay, there could be bigger and smaller sort of thing. Huh? With Narayan, it's a hierarchy in a way. You cannot jump as such. But with Krishna, because he is so fickle minded, he likes all this jumping and things. Because Krishna is so mischievous himself. Because he's so talkative himself. Because he's so, his mind is most uncontrolled. Krishna's mind is very fickle, very uncontrolled. No? His mind is, huh? Look, he just, his mind is so uncontrolled. Mother put him down. What for a minute? Less than a minute, just to go to the kitchen and attend to the milk and put it down. Put the milk. No, Damodar Leela, right? We see, no? Just for a minute. And his mind got so angry, so furious he got. His lips, Acharyas describe, his lips were burning red hot then. That she put me down. How does she not know who am I? Huh? She put me, wait, I will teach her a lesson. And he went so greedy for his mother's milk that with out of that greed or so greedy for butter and makhan, na? That is Krishna. Who is Krishna? Vaikuntha Patinath. He's the Lord of Vaikuntha, na? All opulences. But here he is becoming greedy what? For milk. For a cup of milk. He's becoming greedy. That Krishna. Who is what? Aptakam. Self-satisfied. But here becoming what? Furious. Why did you put me down? To see that milk? That milk is more important than me? Huh? Now look what I will do. He did in his own house, breaking pots and doing all of these things, na? Stealing in his own house. Look, speaks of morality but steals. Na? So, thing is, but again, this is not to create any comedy. Bhagavad Gita is not for entertainment. Classes should not be to make the audience laugh. Oh, wow, he's such a comedian speaker. No, we are not here like to make comedy or fun and all. It's not to again look good, sound good, or how nicely points and how comedy he brings in. No, no, no. It's all to glorify the lordships. All so this pastime, na, it looks very on the external. It may look very comical and all. Wow, good punch here, good point here, this that. But until and unless we should be all attracted by the tattva, by the siddhant, by the philosophical truth. uh, and all this is to glorify the beauty of Krishna. uh. So this Krishna is very mischievous, is very unsettled, but we do not have that liberty as such to say like this. You say, maybe I'm going beyond my liberty. Like in Braj, Vrindavan Braj, where Krishna is called as not as Krishna. Who calls Krishna as Krishna in Braj? No one. The the friends call him what? Kana, Kanaya. eh? Uh, and the gopis and all, some elderly also call him what? Kana, Kanaya, Gopal and all. These loving names, pet names, nicknames. And some gopis and all, or some gopis call him what? Kallu, Kalya, Kalluram. Huh? So that we cannot call because we do not have that emotion. We do not have that love. Like Margaret Thatcher, former Prime Minister of England. Very strong personality she was. Yeah, so everyone calls her Margaret Thatcher, Margaret Thatcher. But only one who is very friends with her, he or she can call her possibly Marg or whatever, something like that, right? Not a common person, not a work colleague or someone distant family member as well. So likewise, if I'm not in love with Krishna, I just cannot call Kalluram and all anything like that. This is like Sahijya or sentimentalism. So औकात na औकात in Hindi, limit or औकात, I find it's a very strong word in Hindi, and I don't know what could be a equivalent strong word in English. Is there a strong word, such a strong word in English, that you tell someone on the streets, known to or unknown to? Uh, know your place? More of a phrase, yeah. More of a phrase. Know your place, be in your limits, mate, or something. And generally, when you are a bit drunk, a bit, or even not, like, okay, this is a strong thing in the Europe. I think throughout Europe. What? You are driving car and someone honks at you. That's like furious. Eh? You're driving car, someone wrongly overtakes you. That's furious. You're driving the car and suddenly a biker comes. You honk straight away. It's like you get so furious and annoyed. He straight away gets in your nerves, right? In America also. And if you honk at someone, it's like swearing. It's more heavy than swearing. Honking at someone is more heavier. And in India, honking, people generally honk in India sometimes. They they blow the horn sometimes in India. But in UK, if you are in Europe, if you blow the horn, it's like you're swearing at him. Huh? So that's like Okad in a way, I think. So anyway, coming to the thing, Okad, na? See, Okad meaning our constitutional position, our fundamental position, uh, which is yes, we are eternal. Now again, see this. How can our conditioned mind decipher this? You let me know. How can we potentially calculate this? We are eternal, yet we are caused by Krishna. If we are eternal, can we come into being caused by Krishna means coming into being, na? Caused by Krishna meaning that okay, first Krishna, then something, and then we came into being. Na? No, we are eternal. So Krishna, especially in Golok Vrindavan, Krishna's Okad is what? He is subservient to Brajvasis. He is controlled by Brajvasis. Hmm. He is in a way put into place, say, by Brajvasis. In a way. So that na in this practice of Krishna consciousness, Okad doesn't mean like okay, Krishna is superior and we are inferior. Of course, God's position is irreplaceable. uh, Cannot be replaced. This is why na Achyuta. Arjun calls Krishna Achyuta at the very beginning and towards the end also. The first name Krishna, Arjuna addresses to Krishna, Achyuta. The last name Arjuna addresses to Krishna, Achyut. Meaning, whatever you have spoken in between throughout, you are infallible, mistake free. Completely mistake free. Meaning, even though you become my servant, my charioteer, my driver, yet you are God, and that does not diminish at all your godly personality. So, in exactly in that sense, Krishna also telling us Okad or putting us into place and all, it does not at all diminish his loving personality and also our loving personality, our identity. But this is just as a way, Okad as a way to shake us up. We need shaken up. We need shaken up to shake us up because we are so conditioned or we are so sleeping in dormant state. So intrinsically or in our Jivere Swarupa Krishna Nitya Das, na? So we all are, even though in spiritual world, even though Sakhya Ras, Dasya Ras, Vatsalya Ras, so much so Madhurya Ras, but they all are serving only. Ekala Ishvara Krishna. Krishna is the only male personality. Only supreme controller is Krishna. Rest all are serving only. So even in the highest realm, the highest relationship is the relationship of service in conjugal mood. But even in that, service is included. Uh, Although Krishna becomes subservient to that service, but that does not diminish his position. And even though sadhaka is superior in rasa, But in Tattva, still Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But because they are so much in their identity completely absorbed, na, complete, they don't know matter. So this is why this Okadan thing, it doesn't. Why does it hit us? Because it still hits us if someone tells me Okad means like, hang on, I'm a devotee. Huh? This is why na, we were discussing now. What if Krishna comes in front of us and grabs me by my collar and tells me, hey, you know your Okad. We wouldn't like this joke. If Krishna comes to us and makes a joke, a prank, huh? People, if you hold them by their neck like this, they generally don't like, right? That's like a bossy thing. If you go someone and hold by the neck like this, it's like you are being the boss and he's being your servant. Uh, Among mates, among friends, okay. Among devotees, they do it like this, and they love it when some devotee does it like this. They love it. Hmm? But now imagine I've not strike up that relationship with Krishna, and Krishna comes and holds me by my neck. Will I feel comfortable? Perhaps not, or mostly not. I will. Hey, why are you doing like this to me? Don't you know who am I? Huh? Because throughout life we try to show Krishna his Aukad, or his place, or we try to tell Krishna who we are. We, in a way, we profess, we teach Krishna. Don't you know Krishna? Who am I? Don't you know how you should be dealing with me? Don't you know how this is how? So this. No. So Aukad, this is to more to shake us up. Krishna telling to Arjuna, understand your Aukad and live by your Aukad. Understand your identity. Understand your position. Be in your place. Live by your place. That doesn't mean that there is a hierarchy or a rank he's trying to pull us up with, especially Krishna. With Lord Narayan, the dealing is slightly different, yes, and they relish that's also transcendental. Again, the relationship Narayan has is with his eternal associate. And the relationship Krishna has with his eternal associate in whichever bhav in Golok Vrindavan doesn't diminish the relationship of Lord Narayan with his eternal associate. Although on the level of rasa, on the level of bhav, it is a low level, but still it is not at all any insulting. We shouldn't take that liberty that it is less. No. Uh, All transcendental. If I Although there is a difference in Vishnu Murti, Krishna and Vara, Vaman, Lord Ram, in fact, and all. Hmm. Krishna is the original singular personality, origin, supreme personality. All rasas Krishna enjoy. But that doesn't mean that Lord Ram is inferior or Vara or Vaman is less. Oh no, I don't want to be with Vara, Vaman. How can one? No, no. If we entertain any such, see, we are very, again now, we do not know how to glorify. This is such a problem in us, and because we do not know how to glorify, we we mock around. Uh, we are very insulting creatures. Again, this is a question: do we glorify more or insult more? Where is our caliber, in glorifying or insulting? We can naturally instantaneously insult someone. Uh, but glorify naturally instantaneously a bit difficult. Perhaps can do also, but more so rather than glorify, more so we insult. Say so. We cannot afford to think on those lines. Although in Siddhant, in Tattva, in Rasa, definitely Krishna is the Rasik Shekhar, na? Rasik Shekhar. Uh, but that doesn't mean that okay, I see Lord Ram in any less light, or Vara, Vaman, Vishnu Murtis in endless light, and their eternal associates in endless light. No. So does this put you to place, Nikhil? Okay, good. Two nailed down, huh? But what to do? Their heads sprung up again. This is us. Krishna nails us down, but we sprung up our head again. But Krishna, but we always have a but. Huh? Krishna nails us down. Okay, take this shloka, take this question, take this. But one thing, but again, but so we cannot attain Krishna until and unless we have completely got rid of this but. This if this but is not dissolved or fully satisfied or calmed down, we cannot get rid. We cannot attain Krishna. This but is a problem. But see, how can Krishna deal with this? Now, again, Sarva Dharman Parityajana. See, such a slogan, Sarva Dharman Parityajya, 1866. Krishna is telling Arjuna, forget whatever I told you before. Just do this. Abandon all varieties of religion. Means give up all ifs and buts. Just surrender unto me. Now, when we surrender, is there any scope for if and but? No. If surrendered, then where is if and where is but? There's no scope for if and but. These are those eternal associates of Krishna in Golok Vrindavan in the spiritual world. Why are we not there yet? Because we still have if and but. Why are they there since eternity? They do not have this if and but. Simple. Because we have if and but, so Krishna says, okay, you can play with your if and but. Continue. Once you are free with your if and but, then we can play. You can then play with me. Because why are they there? Because they do not have if and but. Why are we not there? Because we are stuck up with if and but. This is why Krishna is saying, give up, Baba, abandon. What is Krishna wanting us to abandon? Arrogance, ignorance. Look, ignorance is what he is wanting us to abandon, and it has become so difficult for us to give up what our own ignorance only. What is Krishna wanting us to give up? Stool, filth, na, mal, latrine, na, that. Now the stool, the filth, the mal, the filth is becoming so difficult for us to give up. Arrogance is filth only, na. It's so suffocating. Arrogance, so suffocating. Arrogance, ignorance, pride, lust. No one wants to be around a lusty person. A lusty man. They say na lusty man is like a beast. Uh, Animal, na? All like animal only. Greed. Who likes a greedy person? The greedy person himself doesn't like himself, possibly. All this. And this is what is so becoming difficult to give us. Why? Because we have not appreciated the glory and the beauty of Krishna. And through sadhu sang devotee association, the glory and the beauty of Krishna will come about. Then we would want to put ourselves in place. We would cry. We would run after. We would hanker. We would say, please, can someone put me in my place? I want to be in my place. That is sadhu. That is Gurudev. Gurudev, kindly put me in my place. Show me where I belong. Show me where what my place is, what my status is, what my okad is, what my position is. Yeah. This is again Sarva Dharman Parityajya. Krishna saying, I've nipped you, maybe in the bud, may not be in the bud. Even if in the bud we are so rebellious or we are so uncultured, uncivilized, we are so हम इतने घटिया है ना, how to say घटिया in English? We are so disgusting say that we again bring our head up. We again bring our head up. Huh? This is why. Does this answer? Okay. Oh, there's again a but there's a but. What would life be without if and but? Na? It would be so boring, so dull. Na? Huh? We love if and buts. Okay, there's a but from Nikhil. Let's see.
But Prabhu, like uh, we are we're all conditioned in terms of our karma, kal, and all these things. So even though uh, listening to you in this class, I make a firm conviction in my head that I'm going to surrender unto you, Krishna, and whatever happens, it happens according to you, whatever. But like after deciding this, how you can keep yourself patient in this mood of surrendering? Like, because we are like right from the beginning, uh, we are like trained to do certain things.
Yeah, good question.
And we are trained to do certain things in a specific amount of time. Like, uh, like I'll do studies for my exam. This is the timetable, and this hours I have to spend. And after that, maybe not. So it's like right from the beginning, we are so conditioned for the results. But
Okay, let's complete.
and even though we know like the spiritual life is completely different from the material life, where like you need to be patient because it's all the mercy of God. But even though your mind is so much like into that mode to okay, just uh, when will this will happen, and how to be patient, keeping this mood all the time. Uh, we know like it's not a game of one night or to get into that consciousness, but how to make yourself patient uh, and stay in that mood of surrenderness.
So, is your essay over? How many questions were there? Is that what you're saying? One question, huh? See, this is one trait of us conditioned soul. We like spread out, and we are so self-obsessed now. We go in loop. One question, in that one question, we bring 10 subparts, and we repeat the same thing over and over again. And I'm not saying like you as such in general. And in the question also, we give answers, we give everything. This that we know this that and all. This condition state now we are very stuck, very stuck. So question is okay while say reading, listening, while associating with devotees, while listening kirtan, we somehow with great struggle perhaps or may not be so struggle, relishingly also say, somehow put ourselves in Krishna consciousness. But then the once we are out of that environment, how do we sustain the environment? How do we sustain that mood? That's the question, right? How do we keep it up? So yeah, it's a challenge, definitely a challenge, a uphill task, of course, and no struggle, no joy in Krishna consciousness. No struggle, no joy. The struggle is the joy. Struggle is the joy. Prabhupada says, na, out of sight, out of mind. So this is why regular devotee association is required. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. What does Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya mean? Regular devotee association, na? And why? It's not like, okay, oh, electric cars. Oh, I'm running out of battery now. Come on, let's find a station and boom, zoom, charge the car. And then, so we need to be regularly associating, meaning not just like, okay, I associated and then I've got it and now I can go. No, no, no. Regular association. Now, Rome was not built in a day, was it? There's an English saying, na? Rome was not built in a day. Anyone knows in how many days was it built? If not one day, but then how many days? Uh, don't know how many days, but it was definitely not built in a day. Na? Imagine for a mother, see this, a mother, if her child straight away starts speaking in 6 months, and if a child doesn't speak faulty, faltering or uh, breaking, straight away sentences, good morning, ma'am, good morning, mother, I slept well today. How did you sleep, mother? A 6-month-old child speaking to his mom like this, won't she freak out? A 6-month-old child. No, mom. I will make my toast myself. Thank you, mom. And I will just go to the shop and buy milk and get milk. Mother will freak out, right? So why cherish this, na? Cherish, love this that we are falling in bhakti. We try to fall in love with our falling in bhakti. Uh, Cherish this, because with this mood that one day, Krishna, I'm taking your devotees association. I'm not quitting on that. I'm firmly taking. Itam sastaya paratmanishtam adhyasitam purvatamer maharshibim aham tarishyami duranta param tamo mukunda grini seveva. This comes in 11:23:17, I believe. Beautiful. Srimad Bhagavatam 11:23:17. Wonderful. Uh, that very briefly I'm trying to say, just conscious a bit of time say. So, etam sa astaya para atmanishtam. That Krishna, I've firm conviction in transcendental message, in transcendental literature and everything. And by the association of your devotees, not by my strength, by your grace, by the association of devotees, I know one day I will cross over this ocean of material existence. Meaning, one day I will cross over my conditioning. One day I will be a less lusty person. One day I will be a less greedy person. One day I will be less puffed up, and eventually further less. And one day, what? I will glorify you more. One day I will see your beauty more. Huh? So this is a challenge, na? This is a challenge, of course, that how to sustain it. Now, see this. In 24 hours, at least 24 seconds, we managed to be Krishna conscious. At least 24 seconds, we managed to put ourselves in place. At least 24 seconds, we desired to surrender to Krishna, even though it was only for 24 seconds. Isn't that an achievement? In this world population, what is the world population current? Close to 8 billion? Close to 8 billion, less than 8, or plus minus here, there. 8 billion population. In 24 hours, how many billions you think for 24 seconds desire to surrender to Krishna? And at that moment in our desire, we were honest. We were pure. We were really meaning it. We were not lusty then. We were not greedy. We were not puffed up. We were in one line. Huh? Even though 24 seconds. So Krishna will scale it up. He knows na. Sarvasya chaham hridasa nimishto mata smritirgyanam apohanam cha vedesha sarvarahameva vidyo Vedanta Krit Veda Videvachaham. Sarvasya Chaham Hrida Sanivishto. He's sitting in our heart. He knows for 24 seconds Nikhil surrendered to me. For 24 seconds Nikhil had this desire. The desire lasted for how long? 24 seconds though, but still the desire was there, right? Nikhil appreciated my devotee. Even though 24 seconds, but he appreciated. He hankered for his association. He valued my devotee. He valued the association. He valued, wow, yes, that this is real. I can be devotee and all everything. So let me do some arrangement to fulfill his desire, to fulfill this desire of him. Let me do some arrangement. So that 24 seconds will become what? 48 seconds. Will become what? 1 minute, 5 minutes. We normally devotees chant 16 rounds a day. Hmm? Some devotees would be chanting 16 all attentive. If I may say, many struggle to chant all 16 attentive. But in that 16, if we can chant one round attentively, isn't that a great achievement? Hmm? In the world population, again 8 billion, how many do japa? How many glorify? Few, na? Very few. In them, how many do 16 rounds? Very few. How many do 16 with one round attentive? You can be that few, na? Why not? And in that one round, even if one mantra, if we were attentive, is that not a great achievement? And that one mantra is only going to help us to do more attentively the second mantra. Yeah. Once I understand what does attentive mean, what does concentrated japa mean, only then I can do the next round nicely. because yes, the first round, the previous round, I did nicely. This is how nice japa means. Then I will do nicely. Then, uh, and then there will come a day wherein we did japa 16 rounds all in one go, sitting, and all rounds were attentive. All round. uh, Then sustaining. That is, see, some of the things are Krishna's headache, and we should let Krishna deal with it. That's Krishna's headache, na Baba. Ours is what? To pray, to desire. How to facilitate, how to make it happen, let us leave it to Krishna. Na? Krishna will work that out. But for me, we should pray, we should have that desire, we should have that faith. Na? So, what caused for even though momentary, but that momentary Krishna conscious, we were pure devotee at that moment. Even though momentary, but we were a pure devotee at that moment. Something caused, something triggered. What caused? Bhakti causes bhakti. So some devotion in some devotee or granthas and all. Granthas also live personalities, na? They cause that bhakti. So when we appreciate that, then further cause will come about. Further cause will come about. And yes, this is all taking us to the step now of what? Guru Padashraya. This is all to help us build our faith, build our conviction, and help us come to a point wherein I can dedicate myself at the lotus feet of a divine personality. Ah, take shelter of him and then do bhajan. And when we take shelter of a divine personality and do bhajan, it's a different bhajan altogether. It's a different mood altogether. Hmm. It is all building that faith. It is all building that faith. So life will be boredom. Na? If a 6 month boy straight away starts jumping, running, and Mom, I've done the laundry. Mom, I've washed my nappies. See, a 6 month old boy says, Mom, I've washed my nappies by the way, and I put on my new nappies. Uh, The mom will go crazy. Like, what do you expect? Oh, Krishna, no haste, na? Your patience, na? No haste. Don't haste won't help. And there's a difference between enthusiasm and hastiness. Huh? There's a difference between enthusiasm and passion. Enthusiasm need not necessarily mean quick, quick, come on. No. Enthusiasm means from inner desire, intense. That that firm conviction, that belief, that faith. Uh, So for 24 seconds and all, and then patience will come about. We won't be patient. We have to learn to tolerate our intolerance. We have to learn. First of all, learn to tolerate our intolerance. Why? Because I belong to Krishna. So I must learn to tolerate myself to begin with. Ah, we have so many bad habits. We get angry easily. We don't like how the other person sits, talks, and so much such things. So before tolerating the other person, if I can tolerate myself, then naturally I can tolerate the other person nicely, right? So this patience, na, we have to learn to be patient that I am impatient. Be patient with your impatience. Mm. If I cannot be patient with my own impatience, then I'm very restless then. If I'm patient with my impatience, then look, I'm not restless. Na? So we have to, this is how we need to qualify to love ourselves, to respect ourselves, to be patient, to be at peace with ourselves. And how will this come about? Only and only when I see myself as a part and parcel of Krishna. Krishna, I am yours, I belong to you. You are supremely pure. I desire to be pure. I desire to be shaking hands with you. I desire to embrace you. I desire to see you. And I desire to see you how you deal, how you live with your devotees, Baba. How roughly you live with your devotees, deal with them, and how I just want through the दूरबीन को क्या बोलते हैं इंग्लिश में? Binocular. Through the binocular, I want to see adjusting the lenses and angle, huh? The mischiefs you do and all this. So when we tell ourselves, um, So we are a spiritual identity, na? Although we have covered ourselves, but still yet we are spiritual identity. That credit we must always give to ourselves. Even Krishna cannot take that credit from away, and he's not taking that credit. Na? That is what he's saying in 15.7 also. Um, Mamai Vamsa Jiva Loke. That you are my, you are a spiritual being. We don't live like that. That is another thing. But at least we have that potential, that caliber. That is our intrinsic nature. It can never be taken off. Some things Krishna is also incapable of doing. And that again doesn't diminish his godhead. That only shows he's rational, he's not stupid or like that. Hmm. What is he incapable of doing? He's incapable of cutting off a relationship with us. No, so no matter howsoever some people say, na, burn in hell. Huh? No matter we could be burning in hell, but yet Krishna is there. Does Krishna not exist in hell? Yes, Baba. Huh? So something Krishna is, he cannot get rid of us. He cannot. Hmm. That sense. So is that not a, that very fact, this very fact, does it not put us such a lofty state? Does it not put us like, wow, we are so important, so very valuable, so divine and everything? Huh? So likewise, when we see ourselves in relationship with Krishna, now leave it on Krishna, na Baba. Our priority responsibility is what? Taking sadhu sangha. This should be our only focus. And rest Krishna will do the magic. And that is mysticism, that is mystery. If I know everything in advance, what's the mystery? If I give you a formula, okay, yeah, Nikhil, do this stats and maths permutation combination or modeling, and then you will be able to overcome your patience and you will become. No, it's not like a academic oriented process or formula. So this sense. So we should really thank Krishna. We should thank ourselves. We should tell ourselves, wow, I managed to come into devotees. I managed to listen to Kirtan, class, do japa, and I felt good. That's such a great achievement, such a great. Now this only, na, as they say, what money begets money. Every little matters. A little drop, count of drop, ocean, something like. So why not this little matters, na? No one is a born saint, and no one is a born sinner. Association is the key. How does one become a saint? When one associates, takes the company of saintly people. That is how one becomes a saint. How does one become a sinner? When one associates with a saintly person, a sinner person? Say. Company is the most nucleus, is the key. Does this further put you into, so is now this but a bit, does this put the but in bud or okay, glad. Okay, in the interest of time, I will give you peace maybe, and we'll continue tomorrow. We'll see the second sloka of Gita Mahatmaya tomorrow. Again, no qualification to speak anything on this Mahatmya slokas, but we should not shy away. Real qualification is to understand that I have no qualification. Until and unless this sutra, this principle comes in our consciousness, and if we are not enamored by the paradox of Krishna consciousness, this is a paradox, right? A qualified person is he who knows that he is unqualified. An unqualified person is a qualified person. Paradox, right? How can an unqualified person be a qualified person? Bring Krishna in the picture. Krishna is the only glorious personality. Beautiful. So then we will always be falling short. So our qualification is our disqualification, unqualification. So this should be always in our forefront, always. Then see lust, pride won't come about. Mm, If this is in our forefront. that I'm not here to help anyone. I'm not here to educate. I'm not here to teach anyone Bhagavad Gita. I am learning Bhagavad Gita. I am trying to learn. I am a student. Who is teacher? Pip is a teacher. Nikhil is a teacher. Phil is a teacher. Um, Ekangani, Gopal are teachers. Anuja, Harsha, others, they are teachers. This should be the attitude. This should be the mood, internally and externally. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. It's a sheer, this thing, unfortunate state that this body needs rest, that this body needs to be fed something, that this body needs cleaning, and this body has to perform some bodily duties and some official and duties and all. Otherwise, real, this is why now we want absorption. We all have to mold our life in a way that we are free from mundane activities, unentangled. And if we can just read, listen, chant, read, listen, chant, read, listen, chant, repeat for eternity. This is how we should be dovetailing our life. This is real freedom from anxiety. This is freedom from lamentation. This is freedom from grief. Not that we become free from lamentation, unentangled. Oh, now I'm so unentangled, I can go to Lanark and beach and lie down. I'm so unentangled, I can go to Isle of Skye. No, we have to become unentangled so that we can read, listen, chant, repeat. And how do we become unentangled? By reading, listening, chanting only we will become unentangled. There has to come a point in our life wherein we do not calculate time. That okay, we read for 2 hours. Wow. No. We discussed 2 hours. No. We listened 2 hours. No. We did japa 2 hours. No. This hours and how much and all shouldn't really come to our surface. No. Rather, it should be I can read for only 2 hours. I can manage only 2 hours. I can manage only 2 hours japa. Mahaprabhu's teaching is what? Kirtanya Sadahari. uh, Always Satatam. So that is the zone we want to. That when will that come? Anytime, na? So when I have to be Krishna conscious? Every time. Every time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much for your kind attention and encouragement and participation. And we continue tomorrow. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Bol.